if you don't already know, there were three astronauts that supposedly went to the moon. Obviously, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Um, and there's and obviously their famous quote, "That's one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind." But after tons of like people researching the event and how it all happened, it literally doesn't make any sense because you can look up the moon landing and already you go to the images and you can see stuff that just doesn't like make sense at all. Like for instance, there's this image right here where it shows them on the moon. And if you can see in the background that there's no stars, there's nothing. And one of the reasonings for that what they say is that, and let me pull it up, like kind of debunking it, because of course everything has to be debunked by everyone, so no one can question anything, which you should always question everything. But right here it says, no stars were visible in the photos, but they go on to say that the explanation for it is all crewed landings occurred during the lunar daytime, and the cameras that they had were fast shutter speeds and small apertures. But it's also like, I don't know. I feel like that's just so dumb. It's so dumb to say that because we can take pictures from here all the time, always see the stars no matter what, and like it doesn't make sense. And one thing too with the shadows is that the shadows of the astronauts on the moon and like the flag and everything are super inconsistent, like because it's like it's stupid. It literally looks like all the shadows are being filmed in a set and there's lights everywhere because of how, and like sure I don't know, I just feel like that's like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't look stupid, it just looks dumb, looks like it's obviously staged in a movie set area. But an explanation for it, a debunking version, says that shadows on the moon are complex due to the uneven ground and wide angle lens distortion. It's like there's uneven ground everywhere you go, no matter what. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just such a weak argument. It's such a weak explanation to prove that the shadows were inconsistent because of that. It's like, you know, the moon is this freaking rock ball and Earth is this giant freaking planet, and you're telling me that it's inconsistent? I don't know. I just think it's stupid. But and honestly, if I could put in my own like thoughts about it, is the landings happened in 1969, and I find that so weird, only because during that time, it's like I feel like we were way, way, way too advanced. Because, one, why aren't we going back at all? Like, at all. We haven't been back to the moon since the freaking 60s. Since the late 60s. We had never been back. And you would think because of how much technology has, like, evolved since that time. Like, sure, we send out rovers and stuff, but even the freaking Mars rover is said to be... The pictures that it takes... It's said to be in some place in, I think, like Canada. So they're not even real pictures of Mars. But I just wonder why we've never gone back to the moon. We've never gone back. And because I don't know. I just think it's dumb. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And well, another weird thing too is like I'm not sure entirely on how they were able to film live footage of the moon going so far away, because it just doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I have to look that up. I don't how because maybe I don't want to say something stupid. Because I don't know anything from the freaking 60s. But I don't. They were. It says live TV from the moon in 1969 was using a special Westinghouse slow scan black and white camera. Okay, it was transmitting low frame images from 10 frames per second. I mean, I don't know. That just doesn't sound right to me. This doesn't make sense. I think it's a stupid argument. Let's see. Oh, and another one too was about the flag. About how the flag was like super wavy when there's obviously no air, there's nothing in space. Like there's nothing in there. And it was just weird seeing how how the flag had waves in it, in the wind, and there was literally wind on the moon. It's like there's wind, there has to be air, but they said that a conspiracy had ripples in the wind, which is impossible for the moon's vacuum atmosphere, but their reasoning for it is that the flag used horizontal crossbar at the top to hold it unfurled for the photographs. The waving motion seen in videos occurred only when astronauts were physically handling the flagpole. Even then, that right there is already proving that it doesn't make sense. Them moving a pole with the thing shouldn't be able for it to cause any ripples, because it's not, you're not moving it. It's like no wind. It literally says it right there. People just don't freaking understand anything, because it doesn't make any freaking sense. Like, I don't know. I always question everything, because the moon landing was such a big deal for tons of other reasons, and because of the space race between U.S. and the Soviet Union, which, like, if it's so rushed, that's another thing too. If it was a race, it's obvious that they would fake it, so it made it seem like they made it there first, because so they could win, and so that it wouldn't be a thing, because they knew that they didn't have the kind of technology and stuff to be able to make it there and make it freaking back. Like, I don't know. I think it's all hidden in there. You just have to freaking read it, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, it was definitely rushed for a reason, only to find stuff. But, and another thing too is Stanley Kubrick. He is one of the directors for The Shining and a bunch of older movies. But there's a theory that that the government had hired on Stanley Kubrick to help with the special effects for the moon landing, and probably in Hollywood and their sets, and it's actually really interesting, because if you were to go and watch his movie The Shining, you can actually see Stanley Kubrick put in many Easter eggs of the freaking Apollo 11 mission and stuff, like, in his freaking movie. With, I think the kid is wearing like an Apollo 11 like sweater or something. Let's see, I I can't remember what other stuff, but Stanley Kubrick said he felt, well, he didn't say this, but it's one of the things where he probably felt so bad about lying to the whole world that he decided to basically put in stuff saying that he that he helped with it. And it's pretty interesting. If you've never seen The Shining, you should go watch it and look and see those type of things in there, because it immediately makes you like, oh dang, that's crazy that one of the things that was in the freaking space landing is in his freaking movie. But yeah, I don't believe a single thing about it. And another like strange finding too is the famous footprint that they that supposedly had on the moon. That right there, all those little lines in the boot. If you look up, they have the boot. If you like their shoe underneath it, you can see here underneath. What do you call it? Space boot. Look at this. Oh, right here. Right, this is the perfect image for this. Look at that. So you see the lines right there in the footprint, and then these were his shoes that he was wearing. You can't make that up. Look at that. You got a circle on the, like right there on the front part. It looks nothing like that. Literally nothing like that. Like, you can't tell me that, oh, like, they probably just put on a different... No, they don't... You don't just put on different freaking shoes when you have an irreplaceable spacesuit like that. Like, there's no room for any errors. If this was actually real, there should be no room for any errors to take stuff off if you need to put different things on. You know? Like, yeah. Yeah, it's just... It doesn't make any sense. And even where they landed, even like the where their little ship landed, there's no debris. If like a lot of things say that there should be let's see. I think it says it right here. That when it lands, it creates so much like heat and pressure, and here like a blast crater and a dust scatter underneath the lunar module. With how powerful the engine, they should have left a pretty freaking big crater where they landed, because you're being shot from Earth at whatever speed they were going. And like here it says the explanation for it is that the descent engine was throttled down significantly during the final landing phase to support the lander's weight and the moon's low gravity. It's like, it's there still should have been something. You don't go from however fast they're going to zero instantly. Or like, there should have been, even if that is true, there still should have been the slightest bit of crater where it and debris, dust, like but there's nothing. It's seriously as if they just walked out and it was already just there. Like, yeah, even these explanations don't make any sense. They really don't. But I don't know. You'll have to tell me what you guys think and what you guys find and have found, but I just don't think it makes any sense, because it's just stupid to fake something just so we can seem like we're better. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think and share in the comments and stuff. But anyways, that's it for today, and I'll be back again tomorrow with something new. So I'll see you guys later.